it's Lauren and welcome to my channel, Lauren's Life. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, I wanted to talk about the pros and cons of doing a big chop. So whether you're a person who is been thinking about this, whether you've been thinking about it for a while now and you kind of just need that push to kind of just do it and weigh your options and then just make a decision, or maybe you've thought about it briefly and you kind of just want some ideas on both sides, I guess I would say, of good things about doing a big chop versus bad things about doing a good chop. And I'm the type of person, I like to make a pros and cons list because it just shows me what my options are. And these are just some of the things that went through my head when I was making the decision to do my big chop. So I hope this helps. First thing we're going to talk about, cons. So cons of doing a big chop. It's a big change. I mean, that's a pretty obvious thing that you have to know. I mean, cutting all your hair off. So if maybe you're used to doing styles with long hair or relatively long hair, and that's going to be a really big change that you have to consider. I mean, if you like doing long down braids or, like just having your hair down or doing like big buns, those are things that you're just going to have to consider. And I'm always really used to doing that, as you can see. But that's just one thing that you'll have to consider. Con number 2. It's a good idea in theory, but sometimes it can be scary, especially if you don't know what it's going to look like. I think we can all try to imagine it as much as we can. I know I did. I imagined it 50 different ways of how I thought my hair would turn out once I cut it. And you just never really know. There's no way to know, what it's going to be like on an everyday basis or what it's going to exactly look like until you do it. There's all different kinds of things to consider too. I mean, your face shape, your head shape. For me, I've got a really big forehead. So I was super scared when I was thinking about that, about doing my big chop. And I'm like, what if I don't like it? My forehead's going to look even bigger now that I have less hair to kind of like compensate for it. So I'm just being honest. That's just what I thought of. So those are things to consider, and it kind of could be a con, I guess, however you view that. Con number 3. Hair can feel like it's a part of our identity so much. I feel like, especially with women, I feel like the natural beauty standard is, oh, if you have, long hair, then you're pretty. Or if you have, really, really thick hair, just like, again, like I said, long hair is kind of the standard of beauty that we've kind of all been taught to adhere to. And I just think that let's not do it. Let's not do that. Short hair is beautiful. Any length of hair is beautiful. So that can be a scary con, I think, that a lot of people go through when cutting their hair. I know I did. I thought it would really take away my femininity, and I was scared that I was going to look like a boy, or it was just really going to take away from like my girly features or things like that. So it can sometimes be a con in people's mind. I know it was when I was thinking about doing it. Pros of doing a big chop. Number 1, it's a fresh start. I know a lot of times a lot of places I've heard that, or from people, they've said that doing a big chop or doing something drastic to your hair in general can be such a lifestyle change, and not only symbolizes a physical change, but it can symbolize an internal change within yourself. And if you're just really looking to do something different, then go on and do it. What's stopping you? For me, I needed a fresh start along with the way my hair is. I'll mention that later. Don't quote me on it. But I have heard that cutting can definitely help growth or stimulate it. So that's an added bonus. It can give you relief from transitioning hair. I know for me personally, this is a huge one. Back in February, basically we got a new straightener for Christmas, and I decided to finally use it in February, you know, do a little straightening of my hair. And you know, the new curling iron, it had numbers on it instead of degrees, basically. So it was like numbers like 10, 20, 30 instead of like 120 degrees, 150 degrees, 200 degrees, like things like that. So not knowing, I put it on 30, straightened my hair. A week later, when I went to go wash it, it was completely straight. So it literally, the curl didn't come back. Curl pattern was gone, except for probably like up by my roots. And you can probably see, I'll show you guys now what my hair actually looks like. So if I get close, you can see here, my hair is partially curly, and that's because I've let it grow out pretty much since February. But if I take it out, I'm just be real with y'all. You know, no fakeness here, no hiding. My hair is a hot mess because it's been in a bun, so don't judge me. But basically, if you look up close, so you can see a little bit like where my curl kind of is, the bounce and everything, and then it just gets like stick straight pretty much the rest of the way. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. So yeah, that is basically what happened. So back to, anyways, the pros. So that can definitely be a pro when it comes to doing a big chop. And if that's something that really bothers you, I know it did for me with my transitioning hair. I couldn't stand it anymore. I really needed a change. So those are definitely things that you have to keep in mind, and they're definitely pros if you're considering it. Last one, it can start your curly hair journey. If you're someone who always straightens your hair or always has straightened your hair, it is amazing to start that journey if that's something that you're willing to do. So if you know, you just want to cut it all off and start over, or if you, whether you're transitioning and you want to stay in transition and grow it out, and while you still have the damaged parts, that's totally fine. Either way, it is up to you. You do you, okay? I'm super excited to start my curly hair journey because after I went through all of these pros and cons, I officially decided to do my big chop. So obviously, you guys probably know that from all of that I just said. But anyways, officially announced, I'm doing it. I'm so excited. I have my appointment tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow. So, crazy. I hope this video helped you decide, or at least get some more insight or info in if you want to cut your hair or not. Or in my next video, I will be talking about my new hair journey. I will have my hair completely cut. It'll be super short. So I'll probably talk to you guys about, you know, what products I'm using, what I'm going to be doing moving forward with it, how I felt, how I dealt with the whole process of actually getting it cut. I'm definitely going to have pictures, hopefully some footage of what it all looks like. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Subscribe, like. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys next time.